IELTS academic writing lasts for 60 minutes or 1 hour. In the 1 hour, you have to complete 2 tasks. Task 1 is a report and task 2 is an essay. 20 minutes are given for task 1. Here, you are required to write at least 150 words, 10 to 15 sentences, and 220 words maximum. Writing task 1 accounts for 1/3 of your total writing score. In IELTS writing test, you need to use academic language. It's not informal language. It's not an email to a friend. This is academic language. And in writing task 1, you are supposed to describe some kind of diagram. First of all, the task is to describe. If, for example, the diagram shows fast food consumption, we need to describe that fast food consumption has increased or has grown or has risen. But we are not asked to say fast food consumption has risen because fast food is delicious and affordable. We don't need to explain. This is what you are going to do in task 1. In task 1 writing, your job is to describe the main points of a diagram. Now let's see the main types of diagrams. So diagrams are pictures that convey information, usually numbers. First type is flow chart, which shows how to do something, a method to do something. For example, in this picture, in this flow chart, the stages of some process are presented. The next is line chart or line graph. It shows changes over a time or over a period of time. The third one is table. Tables are very common in our life. For example, at the airport, we look for arrival or departure time at the table. Another type is pie chart, which shows percentage out of 100. So one more type of diagrams is a column graph or bar graph. It also shows percentages, but over a period of time. And you can also find maps in writing task 1. So all these types of diagrams you need to be familiar with to describe them in type 1, task 1 writing. Then you should keep in mind several rules regarding task 1 writing. First of all, task 1 requires 150 words minimum. If you write fewer than 150 words, you're going to face a penalty. Therefore, try to write at least 150 words. Though if you have just 150 words, it will be difficult for you to get a high score. You will probably need to write 200 to 210 words to get a high score, 7.5 or 8. Task 2 writing is larger and need 250 words minimum, and the essay is worth 2/3 of your score. That's why it's better to start with task 2 and spend 40 minutes on it. You know that IELTS keep their scoring very secretive. They don't tell us how they score, but you need to know how they mark your test. So they do it according to 4 categories on the screen. So they are task achievement, which takes 25%, coherence and cohesion, also 25%, lexical resource, 25%, and grammatical range and accuracy also takes 25%. So let's speak about each of them separately. Task achievement, this is how well you describe something, how much information you have included, how you have selected information that you put in your writing, and write at least 150 words. This is where you should take into account the number of words. Second point is coherence and cohesion. This is how well you organize information and how well it flows from beginning to end. Number 3 is lexical resource. This is how you use your vocabulary, how varied, accurate, and appropriate you are with your vocabulary. Spelling errors will hurt your score. Misusing word forms will hurt your score. If you say sales increasing, it's wrong. Instead, you must say sales increased. So this is concerning point 3. Point 4, grammatical range and accuracy. Obviously, it means, are you making grammar mistakes and are you using complex sentence structures? But not just sales increased, sales fluctuated, sales plummeted, or you just use past tense again and again. So you will get a good score for being accurate, but you will get a low score for using the same structure over and over. In fact, 7 or 8 is very achievable task in writing task 1 to achieve. Because the language for this task is very narrow and very limited. You don't need to use a huge range of language. Well, IELTS is a game after all. It's a system for gaining points and losing points. And there are some rules for that. Therefore, we need to be sure we understand the rules so that we can avoid penalty. In order to describe diagrams, we need to pay attention to grammar and sentence structure. This is about point 4. And you could get an incredibly high score just by knowing these following structures. So that's it for today. Thank you so much.